iDriveSoCal is brought to you by the very best auto retailers from across Southern California. When it's time for you to buy or even just kick the tires on the idea of buying, just go to iDriveSoCal.com and click on dealers. iDriveSoCal.com, click on dealers, and get connected. Now, on with the podcast.
There was record attendance this year. Over 185,000 people attended this event. It's pretty much like going to a car show where they have vehicles on display for you to check out. Almost every manufacturer brought up almost their entire lineup of vehicles. For the first time ever, the historic Trans Am Challenge, that's where they have the muscle cars from the late 60s and early 70s. This year, Scott Pruitt was the Grand Marshal for the 44th Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach.
Welcome to iDriveSoCal, the podcast all about mobility from the automotive capital of the United States, Southern California. I'm Tom Smith, and joining me for yet another analysis of an automotive event is our good friend, the Professor Clinton Kwan. Say hello, Clinton.
Hi, Tom.
Thanks for joining us yet again, my friend. Today, we are talking about the Long Beach Grand Prix, which has now made its way into the history books. Last week, I think it was, we released our podcast that we did that was your Media Day extravaganza.
Yes.
Leading up to the Long Beach Grand Prix. But now today, we're talking about your experience actually at the event itself. And from what you just shared with me, they had record attendance.
Yes, I just read there was record attendance this year at over 185,000 people attended this event.
That must have been because of the extra exposure we provided the Long Beach Grand Prix with our podcast we did on Media Day.
Yes, I hope so.
All right. So I've been to the Long Beach Grand Prix once. And when I went, I was actually in the radio business. And by way of that, I had VIP access. So I got into the pits. I got into the VIP hospitality area. And holy socks, what an experience that was. I mean, a display of wealth, first off, because many of these cars have extraordinarily rich individuals and corporations behind them, and it's like no expense spared, or at least it seems that way to my inexperienced eye. I don't know if that's what you saw, but tell us about your experience. What day did you go, and what did you see? What did you do?
Well, I attended on the event on Saturday, and I was there pretty much all day from 8 o'clock in the morning till about 5 o'clock. I experienced the Lifestyle Expo where I got to see a number of different vehicles from some of the major manufacturers.
Okay, hold on real quick. So Saturday, the big race was on Sunday, right?
The big race was on Sunday, the
Okay.
Indy
But you were there on Saturday,
on Saturday.
and
But there were a number of other important races on Saturday as well.
right. So you got there and hit the Lifestyle Expo. Now, what goes on at the Lifestyle Expo? What's on display there?
A lot of different vehicles, some of the major manufacturers. It's pretty much like going to a car show where they
Okay.
have vehicles on display for you to check out.
Okay.
So this includes Chevrolet, Cadillac, Mazda, Honda, Toyota,
Okay.
Lexus.
All right. And did they have their sporty vehicles there, or was it everything? Chevy had trucks and whatnot, or?
They have a number of their sporty vehicles, but also a number of their other vehicles as well. Honda, for example, had the Pilot, their midsize SUV. They also had the Odyssey,
Mm-hmm.
their minivan. They
Mhm.
had the CRV, their compact crossover vehicle. Same thing with Mazda. They brought out the CX-3, their subcompact crossover, the
Okay.
CX-5.
So they had a little bit of
compact
everything.
crossover. Yeah, so it depends on the manufacturer, but almost every manufacturer brought up almost their entire lineup of vehicles.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So this was not small in scale.
No, not small in scale. It
Okay.
was held
So
at the Long Beach Convention Center.
right. And that was a Lifestyle Expo. So what else other than the automotive manufacturers were on display at the Lifestyle Expo?
Tire companies such as
Okay. So the Lifestyle Expo is basically a car show.
yeah, it's like a car show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Different vendors. They also had vehicles
Yeah.
from
Funnel
the
cake,
Pirelli World
icy
Challenge.
cones, whatever. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
There's also a kids zone
Got it.
in the other
Got it.
part of the convention center. So they have a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Just outside, on top of one of the parking structures, K1 speed setup, an outdoor electric go-karting track as
Fun.
well.
All
Yeah.
right.
And then there's live music outside. There's a concert in the evening at 6 o'clock.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what else did you experience?
Also experienced all the vendors outside
Got
of
you
the
King
convention
Taco.
center.
Perfect. All right. Funnel cake, cotton
A
candy.
little bit more than that.
Sweet. All right.
Also got to check out some of the racing for the first time ever. The historic Trans Am Challenge. That's where they have the muscle cars from the late 60s and early 70s.
Transit, but they called it the Trans Am Challenge.
Yeah,
Was
that's
it
the name
TA
of it.
specifically, or
A number of different
so
muscle cars.
Barracuda could be there? And
Yeah, I
the
don't.
Trans Am Challenge is just the name.
Yeah, that's just the name of the organization and the race.
Okay. The
Yeah.
race was American Muscle. Was it a straightaway, or do they actually take these things through the
No,
Long Beach Grand Prix
it's the
course?
same track as for the IndyCar.
Really?
Yes. So that was really cool.
So these
Yeah.
old muscle cars that
Yeah.
do go fast in a straight line really well,
Yes.
but don't turn for don't try to
Yeah.
take a left or a right. Otherwise, you're good
Yeah.
in the old muscle typically.
Yeah. Well, these are professional drivers. They know how to
Yeah,
handle
yeah,
the
yeah. I
cars.
get that. But
Yeah.
were they stock in a true sense, like factory stock, or were they
No,
worked on?
They were worked on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely worked on.
That's interesting. That'd be a pretty cool one to see.
Yeah. So that was new for this year.
Who categorically, like, what it was, it enthusiasts, rich guys that had these things? I mean, because that's a chunk of change there just for the vehicle.
Oh,
have
I'm
it
sure.
decked
Yeah.
out for the race, and then
Yeah.
that's a whole subset of possibly sponsors if you go that route. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
is this a new race category that's
Well,
evolving?
it's new to the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach,
Uh-huh.
but it's been around.
Been around SoCal, been around the country,
I think it's probably all over the country.
and they call it the
ha-
Trans Am Challenge.
It's called the Trans Am Challenge.
So that's like a little
Yeah.
subset of the race group.
Yeah,
world.
so if you look up Trans Am Challenge, there's a website just for that.
Huh.
It'll have all the info on that.
And what's the criteria for that? Sorry to drill down about these questions, but I love those old. I love that.
Oh, you do?
I love that group of cars.
Yeah.
So the fact that somebody's actually taking those around a track is kind of perplexing to me, because the coolest thing about those cars is we talked about this last week. I think it was the just one old muscle doing burnouts, doing donuts, being able to just hammer the gas and
Yeah.
get those tires spinning. And that's one of the things I
Big
love.
engines, big horsepower, big
Yeah,
torque.
Yeah, and big slide in the rear end back and
Yeah.
forth. I love that.
Yeah.
That's just fun. I mean, drifting came of people's love for that. So when you all of a sudden tell me, hey, a 60s or 70s old muscle is now competing in a race that requires turning left and right, that's impressive to me. But I digress. So sorry. Carry on. That sounds like a really neat thing. We're gonna do a little bit more research on that. If there's another Trans Am Challenge in the Southern California area, that might be a field trip that I might even attend with you.
Yes. There's also the Sports Car Challenge or Championship.
Okay.
IMSA.
So what is that,
So
like
there's-
street cars?
There's actually 3 different classes of cars.
Uh-huh.
There's the prototypes, which are the sports cars. So Helio Castroneves competes in that series now. He was
Who?
former Helio Castroneves, formerly IndyCar.
He's a racer.
Yes,
Okay.
very well known.
Professional driver.
Very, very well known in
Okay.
IndyCar. He was also on Dancing with the Stars, Brazilian race car.
There you go. Dancing with the Stars.
But he's a
and-
very accomplished IndyCar driver.
okay.
There's also GT Le Mans and Daytona.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those were the races that went down on Saturday.
Yes. Well, there was also a drift and a truck series as well.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit.
Many
of racing.
how many laps were each one of these races?
Well, it depends. Each race has a different format. Some of the races are based strictly on time,
Okay.
whereas IndyCar, it's 85 laps and it's just under 2 miles per lap. It's
Right.
about 1.97.
Well, and we covered that in the Media
Yeah.
Day podcast that
Yes.
we did. The Long Beach Grand Prix, they have all these different classes of cars that race and trucks.
Yeah.
But they're all doing that around the same track configuration. Track
Correct.
configuration
All of
doesn't
these races
change,
are on the same track,
which still blows my mind that old
including
muscles going around these
including
things.
the trucks,
Right.
including those sport
But
trucks.
okay, so back to the old muscle real quick. I'm hung up on this one. These things slide sideways so easily. I get that they're professional drivers, but they slide sideways so easily, and they're big, heavy cars.
Yes, they are.
They're still, are they modified in such a way that the metal doors and quarter panels come off and a fiberglass kind of fake body goes on, or do they have?
No.
So it's, you bump quarter panels, you're bumping quarter panels, and
Yeah.
you got some body work ahead of you.
Yeah, it's not modified like a race car. It's
Okay.
it's a sports car, but they have some slight modifications
Right.
to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Cool. So there was a bunch of races. Everybody's racing around the same track.
Yeah.
Fun day, party atmosphere, car show involved. What else? What I know you went there as the fanboy that you are, but then also the one reason why you hang out with me and iDriveSoCal is because you get those media credentials. What do the media credentials get you for your experience at Long Beach Grand Prix this week or this year?
Well, also got access to the media center, had
Right.
lunch down there, and
Did they have crab cake sliders again?
no crab cake sliders, but they did have a shrimp salad.
Okay,
A
nice.
shrimp salad and salmon with pasta.
All right,
Yeah.
nice. If you
And
guys listen,
that's where I got to watch some of the Trans Am Challenge
okay,
on the TVs down there.
gotcha.
Yeah, that happened during lunchtime.
If you listen to our podcast that
The
we did,
racing.
whatever it was last week or the week before, about Clinton's experience at Media Day, he if you haven't listened to it, check it out. It's worth a listen. I think he had a heck of a day. He wound up getting a ride 150 miles an hour down downtown Long Beach on the track, obviously, by a professional driver. But he did this completely on a full belly. And then the actual ride that he was supposed to do, which was on a drift car, he's like, oh no, I didn't do that because after these other two rides that he got that he wasn't supposed to get, technically, he had to go back for their very nicely catered lunch that the media folks got. So I threatened Clinton that I might have to send myself next year because it sounded like he had entirely too much fun. But okay,
Yes.
so that's good. So you got a good meal out of the media. The media area for the Long Beach Grand Prix. What else did you do media wise at the Grand Prix this year? Or was that it?
That was for the most part. Oh, I also got access to where all the cars were staged.
Okay.
I think I showed you a photo
Yep.
of one of the cars undergoing an inspection.
Yep.
So that was great. So I got to walk around the areas
Pictures will be on iDriveSoCal.com,
yeah.
so check them out.
where all the Indy cars are staged beforehand, before going out to for qualifying and practice.
All right.
So that was really cool. This year, Scott Pruitt was the Grand Marshal for the 44th Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach,
And-
and I also met him in the Lifestyle Expo during an autograph session held by Toyota.
And Scott Pruitt holds a very special place in Clinton's heart for a story that he shared with me before the mics were live. But go ahead and hit that story real quick. Let me do a quick summary. Clinton is a huge car fanboy, car guy, car geek, car everything. And he did some competition that involved driving. He was the #1 person, got the top prize, wound up winning a $21,000 driving extravaganza experience that fell. It was non-transferable, once in a lifetime opportunity,
Yes.
$21,000 value, fell on the same week that his son was due to be born.
Yes.
Clinton, let's pick up the story from there. Did you do the experience, the $21,000 value, or did you see your son born?
I saw my son born.
Okay, I was hoping that we were going to lead
Two-
up to that a little bit. But
Two
before
once in a lifetime.
before deciding to see your son be born, you did investigate quite thoroughly the options of different hospitals near where the experience was taking place, did you not?
Or along the route.
Along the route. Okay,
Yeah.
because we're in Southern California and the experience was taking place in Northern California.
In Sonoma.
In Sonoma. Okay.
Yes.
But that sounded like a heck of an experience. It was going to be a week-long thing where you got to drive a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a this, a that, and,
Yeah,
and
pretty
fancy
much
dinners every night.
sports cars from all the major manufacturers, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche. I think there was a Bentley in there.
All right. So
Just some amazing supercars and a private dinner with motorsports celebrities each night of the week.
and I hijacked that story. Apologies for that. And it was Scott Pruitt who was involved in this somehow, and you got to see him again. How was Scott Pruitt?
Well, Scott Pruitt partnered with Lexus quite some time ago.
Uh-huh.
He races for Lexus. He's a very well-known sports car racer.
Right. Was he on Dancing with the
he-
Stars too?
No, he was not.
Okay. Nevertheless, Scott Pruitt was involved in Clinton winning this $21,000 extravaganza that he wasn't able to do because he got to see his son be born instead.
Yeah.
But then Clinton was able to say hello to Scott at an autograph signing and got a picture with him. Did he remember you from that experience?
No.
Oh, he didn't remember you.
He wouldn't remember me.
Okay. What else about the Long Beach Grand Prix?
What else about it? Well,
You can't wait for next year. Other than that?
yeah. I can't wait for next year. And next year, I think I'm going to have to be there both days. Well, Saturday and Sunday.
All right.
There's just so much going on, and it's hard to experience it all in one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who won? Well, there's so many races. Lots
Well,
of guys won, right?
Alexander Rossi won for IndyCar.
And but that was Sunday, which you weren't there for that.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I did watch it on TV. Yeah.
Alright.
And
Okay.
another thrilling and exciting race.
Now,
The
and you can hear it in
44.
Clinton's voice, can't you, folks? Thrilling and exciting is exactly how you would describe the tonality.
Yes.
No. All right. Well, very good. Clinton, thank you so much, as always, for another analysis of a fantastic Southern California automotive event. Long Beach Grand Prix is an annual thing.
Yeah.
Happens, and next year, well,
Actually started the year I was born, 1975.
oh, there you go. All right. Well, now you know how old Clinton is, and I'm slightly older, everybody. So there you have it. Thank you so much, Clinton, as always, the professor. That was his analysis of the Long Beach Grand Prix. Thanks to the Long Beach Grand Prix for having us. Hope you will have us again next year. We'll provide more coverage and analysis from the professor. For iDriveSoCal, I'm Tom Smith. As always, thank you for listening.
This episode was engineered and edited by Micah Palmquist.
Hey there. Still wanting more iDriveSoCal content? Just go to iDriveSoCal.com. From there, you can subscribe to our podcast and newsletter. And you can connect with one of our awesome car dealer partners to get yourself a sweet new high-tech wonder on wheels. And oh yeah, we always want to hear from you. So please connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Or if you're not a big social media-ite, you can email us suggestions for stories, people, places, or events you think we should cover. Here's the address: media@iDriveSoCal.com. That's media, MEDIA, at the letter I, drive, DRIVE, SoCal, SOCAL.com. Media@iDriveSoCal.com. Thanks again for listening, and definitely reach out with whatever's on your mind.